Ho, welcome. Ready to get it done. Just bonked myself. Had a little issue with the mic before, so we basically ended up having to, oh my goodness, that's way too zoomed in, having to move back and forth a little bit. So during that time, you missed the exciting action of me doing one primer set and one working set with just 60 on it and moving it with some pace, moving fast. So we might go up to 80 for this one. See how that goes, because I believe I tried that last time. And I had some cool thoughts that I'll share in a sec, just about personal branding, authority, and like if I were to start up as a salesperson here, for example, like how I would go about it, leveraging personal brand. Just had a thought because I saw one of the sales guys as I was walking to the bathroom just then. So let's get this set. Let's get it. Oh, a few partials there. Let's go back down to maybe 65. Round out a tiny bit of volume for that one. Losing a bit of power on that. Tell you what, for a bit of fun on this one, we'll drop it down to 45 and crank out a few more just to round out some of the volume. Oh man, the hamstrings are really feeling that today. Today though, well, I mean, strength is up from last session. Might not have been last week, which is good though. We did a bit of hamstring work on Saturday actually with Jad in the last episode. So I maybe there's a bit of that. This one, strength is still up, which is good. Moving some decent numbers. And this morning came in and did some cardio. I changed the routine a tiny bit, or just same routine, just a little bit of variation, because I was watching, well, we got an Amazon Prime Video free trial, and it's a funny thing, like we don't have any subscriptions to any of those platforms besides Spotify and YouTube right now, and it really helps to, I realized it helps to streamline your focus, because now that we have it, I'm like, I feel like if I'm paying for it, I should watch some shows on it, especially on the 7-day trial as well. You're like, I've only got 7 days to watch this stuff. So we're watching like the Beast Games, Mr. Beast thing, and I was like, I want to watch Invincible. The 3rd season is out. I'm like, we've got it already, the trial. I'll watch it. So I was watching that, and even last night I got up to like the last 3 episodes, and it's like, alright, tomorrow I'll wake up early, go to the gym earlier just to do more cardio whilst doing it. But I watched 2 of the 3 episodes, and I was like, alright, definitely time to go to sleep now, and I watched the 3rd episode at the gym, slept to get a little bit more of that rest, and then came to the gym here. This morning I drove here instead of running here, and just like went on the recumbent bike for the hour or so. Well, the episode was 45 minutes or so, but I was like, I really am excited to be here and doing this, and I was pretty fired up from it. Was doing a little bit of learning on the drive over, like set the intentions, as well as like there's the other subscriptions we have are like $1,500 a month kind of thing for like personal development, like learning. Like this one's like a marketing platform and that. So we got a bunch of different stuff. Like our subscriptions are more like marketing and learning heavy, or just like learning heavy. So we've got one that hasn't started yet, but it's like a gym for the mind. So working through, not that the other stuff isn't, but very deliberately going through, like, I guess you could say like reality creation, that kind of stuff. I just realized I'm matching as well with the Attack on Titan and the kind of blue there, very nice. But yeah, so those are our kind of subscriptions, different things, one-off subscriptions for like $2,500 for like creator type stuff, getting the environments, learn the stuff from people, and get around those kind of people as well. Like this, it's like these are like mastermind kind of things where you're pretty much like you expand your net. You pay to basically, part of it is like expand your network. That's not the main thing that you're there for. You're not really there necessarily to network per se. It's a benefit. You're there to like learn the marketing skills and apply them, depending on which one we're in. But we got a bunch of different stuff for investing in ourselves, which are pretty cool. But all that to say, I realized just how much of a natural tendency there is to want to watch the other stuff when you've got it. You're like, oh, you know, I'm paying for this subscription, I really should use it. And so as a result, you like just end up watching more stuff, and the stuff makes you want to watch more stuff. So it's good to, it's nice to have them from time to time for like little stuff, because this came with like our Amazon Prime delivery subscription stuff, all that jazz. But I don't reckon we'll keep it just because it's like not necessary right now. We've got other things that we're doing, other things to learn. But it was nice to come here and like do the cardio. That was different. So that was actually quite good for the body. Because I normally do my cardio in the morning anyway. But to come in here, watch the episode and that, I was like, oh, waking up to the episode pretty fired up. And like I was so fired up, I watched more marketing stuff at the end. But I was like pedaling. I don't know how hard you could say it was, but I was keeping it. At the end, I was doing like over 100 RPM was like the kind of game that I was playing with myself at like resistance level 12. What does that mean if you haven't used these specific ones before? Probably not much. But I was sweating bullets, and it was a big push on the leggies as well. But that was at like 7 a.m. this morning or something, 7:30. So we've had some time because it's 5:30 now. So it's been a good 8 hours since then. Had some rest. Legs should be fairly recuperated, and yeah, it's just good fun. Getting in here, getting to do that stuff, and yeah, I think it's a nice variation to have. I might do it from time to time. I like running to the gym, but I also do like just driving here. Sometimes I've been finding the last few days that's like lower barrier to entry, because I like to come here, do the cardio, and then jump straight into the sauna, and then do the cold bath on the way out, just as like a little morning wake up thing. And it's good fun, man. Like, honestly, just wanted to share about my morning routine. But I have been finding that one thing, I took a rest yesterday on Sunday, but Saturday we were in, all throughout the week I think I've been in to the gym, cardio in the morning, gym in the evening, except Saturday was just a gym session. But that was really good. Yeah, lots of different thoughts. Yeah, I found that gym is like a very, very consistent thing in my life, like the weight training. The martial arts thing sometimes comes up and down, and I've actually was talking to Jan about it lately. I've been finding that I've been like a little like just without really fully realizing it, or kind of ignoring the fact I've been putting off starting up at a new martial arts gym or even checking out a new one. So I'm like, oh, wonder what that's about. Just sit there, have the realization, and let it come to me as it comes. But yeah, maybe we'll figure some stuff out here. And yeah, but we'll do this set. And one big thing is the realization that, put 80 on again, yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, because of my last couple of experiences, maybe I'm like, you know, will it make sense to go just telling myself a bunch of stories? And you know, they're just stories, you know, that's all they are. Yeah, anyway, quick note before I thingo. Oh, no, two things. I like how I've been wondering, like, because I tend to gamify going to the gym and like, oh, I want to lift this weight next time, and I just like, it's so natural to me to want to just train and train and train and keep progressing, and the joy of it. And then the physique is just like a cool result of it. And of course the physique is part of the intention and goal behind it. But even with that stuff, I'm like, oh, I want to push a little harder this time. I want to do this much. Or even the ice bath, I'm like, I want to hold my breath underneath there for like a little bit longer than last time. I'm like, is there a way to like naturally gamify business in that for myself as well? Because I've always done my best when that's been the thing, like when I was posting 4 times a day on Instagram and across all the different platforms. So yeah, it's really fun to gamify all that jazz. I absolutely love it, man. I think there's really something to it. And even like when I first started like cold DMing and that, which we talked about in the last episode, I was like, it's just a game to me to like, oh, can I send 100 DMs a day? And like, then when you're focusing on gamifying the inputs, the outputs just come naturally. Like, oh, when I first started online coaching, I was like, oh, I got to 10K a month in the first 6 weeks. Cool. But even when I first got in, it was never about that for me. I was like, oh, I just want to learn. I'm like interested to learn. I know that's what drives me, but I do really well when I get in and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll fully subjugate myself to learning that, and then just like go all in, make a game out of it for myself, and be like, okay, what now? And you just keep building to the next game. Yeah, so I think for me, one of the big things for business is getting back to that, because that's so long-term focused for me that it's not like I'm focusing on, oh, what can I get out of, content, or what can I get out of like talking to this person. I'm like, what can I get out of it more so like in terms of like, obviously these things have an inherent selfish nature to them, but by way of like, oh, what can I learn from this? Like, how can I become better from doing this? As opposed to, I have noticed sometimes I'll slip into like, oh, how do I get the most money out of this? And it's like, well, how can you just help this person as much as possible? And like, if it's, and it normally is right, like get the amount of money that is right, and then be like, instead of how do I get the most out of them short term with money, but like, how do I help as much as possible and facilitate this long term? Because normally long term is where you're going to see the best results. And like my best clients see the best results when it's long term. So that's where having different offer suites and that kind of thing come in real handy. I'm gonna do the set, then maybe we'll talk about utilizing personal brand as a personal trainer. Got lots of stuff, personal trainer or sales rep here. Ooh. Alright. It's funny because I have the video logs of all this stuff, but I don't actually watch them back before the sessions to see how much I lifted. I just kind of remember. I got like a rough session structure that I follow. But the thing is, as long as you go to the same point, you'll be progressing each session. So yeah, just started recording now on the internal mic. Let's do it. Let's get it. Oh man. Get some partials in there. Alright. Hamstrings are actually cooked pretty early, bro. I think the extra volume on the Saturday might have fried them alongside today's cardio on the bike. But we're still stronger. That's good. Oh man. Alright. Yeah, just for fun. Let's do another little dropper setter. Okay. Just a couple speed focus reps. I did a yana couple there. In her mind, a couple is not 2. By default, it's like 3 or more. And I'm like, a little concerned. But I'm gonna wipe this up. But yeah, the intention was to do 5 there, so 5 as fast as I could. I'll wipe that real quick and then get the calf raises going. And that'll be good. But yeah. So I do the sales rep thing. So if I were a sales rep here, personally I'd actually think of using, well I would, use a personal brand, my personal brand, to get more bought in, like warmer, high ticket clients. Because if you build that stuff, you give out that value. Yeah, you can talk about the deals and that are going down the gym. But basically leveraging social media to do that, building a fun personality around it, people will come in like ready to buy from you specifically. They'll be like, oh, I want to see this guy. You can even sell people probably on the phone, like not necessarily have to go fully like in person with that stuff. And it's a great little avenue for you to be able to do good work with your own personal brand. So it's like you have people coming in to sign up with you specifically. I don't see too many salespeople using that. They're very like kind of old school, I guess, direct marketing style. Versus if you can build the thing and make people want to come, doing the warm-ups now, make people want to come and see you and sign up with you, I think you'll find that you can also, because the gym will do its thing by way of generating numbers and that to and like leads to be able to get you a call list and that, and you go out and do other things like they do pop-up stores and that kind of thing. But if I was looking to up my sales game a lot, I'd personally invest my time into developing my own personal brand, so people get to know me personally, and that what that does as a result is it builds up your authority in their mind. So they're there to see you, and they kind of see you as like the man, you know. And as a result of that, if you were to ask someone who has a lot of trust in you, or like present something to them, they'll be like, oh, the man himself is here and talking to me, like I want to sign up with them. Because, well, I know the power of that, and I can speak to that for sure, because that's what I do. Like, it wasn't necessarily intentionally, it's just what happens and how my strengths work best. It's like some people like to become more accessible the bigger they get, and that's me personally. So like different personality types and that, whole nother conversation. But some people, like as they get more successful, they like to distance themselves from people more. But others like to be amongst people more, like be more accessible and more able to chat to people. I'm definitely like that, and I found that as a result of that, combined with my personal brand, it's like as it gets bigger, it's not even the craziest thing in the world, like 13,000 followers or so on Instagram organically. And then all the stuff across the other ones, like people come and be like, bro, what's your content? Oh, I see your stuff. Oh, I've seen you on this before. I'm like, oh, this reel and that. They're much more bought into, like, much more likely to work with you. And it's like when you have more authority, especially in that specific field, they trust you more to be able to, like, essentially it helps you charge higher. So like charge more, which is good for you, because then it's like you're automatically associating your worth monetarily, your monetary worth with value instead of with time. So it's like that's why I'm able to, for example, like with my PT clients, $250, $300 a session for like martial arts PTs, when normally I think average is like, well, I mean, I hear about some dudes that do it for $110, $100, but I think standard's around like 75 to 80. And a big part of the reason I can be like so much more, triple what some of these dudes are doing. And like my clients like, thank you, like please let me work with you, like please, 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 is because of the personal brand. Like they have a lot of trust in my authority. I put that stuff out there, and it's like genuinely delivering a good service that's worth more than that, is the way to go, man. I'm a real big fan of it, and I didn't do it necessarily even on purpose. But but it's also like higher. Sometimes it's good for you to have, well, no, this definitely is the case. It's good for you to have higher ticket options where it's like more proximity and access to you is like you charge more for it. And then less access to you charge less for it. Because some people are at different stages, they won't necessarily need to work with you one-on-one or not be able to. But if they're able to work with you in like a group setting or something, for example, that helps when they're in your ecosystem and they can work their way up, they might never need to work with you one-on-one. But some people, kind of why I was getting to this, some people, like myself, I'm normally someone that wants to buy like the very best. I'm like, what's your best option? What's your like most expensive and like your most intensive or like the best thing that you have to offer? And I want to get that. And like then, because I kind of do that as well, and I have that for my own, like I have that built into my own system, I get those kind of people that want to come and like, what's your best? Like, what's your best thing? Give me that. I want to be working with you full on. And this is like back when I was finishing up doing like face-to-face PT, and I still do some here and there, but like for weights and that, I had some guys paying me like $700 a week to train with me 4 days a week. And pretty cool. Like it's an immense privilege to be able to do that. When I throw out these numbers, it's just like, wow, how cool is that I get to do that. I get the time freedom that comes with that to a degree, because it's not really like you're not fully removed from that offer or anything. But if you enjoy the thing, it gives you more options, the ability to do much more with your life, and they get a lot out of it, and they get something that they want. Because some people like if someone was after like a Lamborghini or a Rolex, they wouldn't want one that was cheap, you know, because for some people it's like a status thing where it's like, I pay this much for my PT, you know, and other people are like, oh, I want to pay as little as possible. So some people it's like, I know I'm like that. Sometimes people ask, oh, how much is this? I like being like, oh, my rent's this much a week, you know, that kind of thing. And they're like, oh my goodness, you can afford that? You know, I definitely have that little like chip on my shoulder, if you will. And yeah, some people just have that status that they want. They want the status that comes with being able to pay premium. So it's good. There's definitely space for it everywhere, and especially in industries where people start competing on price. Like, I'll give you more for less. It's like some people just see that as cheap. Like, if I'm going to McDonald's, I expect it to be cheap. I don't expect it to be a 5-star restaurant. If a 5-star restaurant had McDonald's prices, I'd be like, oh, is this really that good a restaurant, you know? You know what I mean? So there's a weird little psychological thing that goes with that, or like very normal psychological thing that goes with that, where we associate value with price. So like, by putting your price up high, you automatically also associate yourself with like premium, higher quality. Then you just gotta have the quality to back it up, or like the quality that leads, and then they get in, they're like, whoa, this is even better, you know? And that's what we do. So same kind of personal brand thing for like people here, the sales side of things. Similar concept, same concept, maybe some different applications. Yeah, as you can tell, I love chatting about this stuff. Ooh, whilst training. Alright, we got 3 in there. I'm going to bring this a tad lower, and we'll just do a tiny bit of volume. So we did 180 there for 3. We'll do 120 to pump out a tiny bit of volume as a superset, just for fun. Because I like the pumps. Oh Oh man, I'm cramping up a little bit, hey. So I think there's definitely something to, yeah, maybe some of that's a little bit fatigued, a little bit crampy and all that. That's all gravy. We're all right. I think I'll give it a rest for like 5 minutes. I don't know where the time is here. And then I'll do another set and then on to that like unilateral plate loaded leg press, just like last session. And that's, to be honest, it's like good to gamify. It is good to be able to gamify this stuff. Because just like in business, a lot of it is just doing the same action over and over again, just a little bit better each day or each session, each time you do it. It's just that refinement. And even on days where you feel like you stuff it up or you fail, that's actually refinement. So it's important to spin that stuff for your self-image, to see all that stuff positively. It's important to be like, how's this good for me? What's the benefit? Like, seek the good in all of that stuff. Because then it's like begets like. Well, because then like begets like. And you create more of that. You seek opportunity. You find opportunity in everything. And your brain gets hardwired to always be gaining no matter what. Like, you're always improving. Everything works out in your favor. The world is out to help you in everything. In the long term anyway, this is true. Like, everything serves to help you. So anything that's difficult or hard or like if you feel like it's failure now, all adds to the story down the road. Regardless, like, it will shape you. Like, the more difficult the trial, the greater the story. You know, the bigger the dragon, the greater the hero, kind of thing. So being able to look at it all that way is big. So anytime that you think that you're stumbling, like when I'm, like even with weights, it's the ability to be like, and not make it mean anything about yourself. Some people, I know some people that are like this, where they'll miss something weight-wise and they're like, oh, I'm terrible, they'll beat themselves up. And how often do you see that? And those are the people that don't really make as much progress as they could, because they're so emotionally attached to the thing, instead of being able to remove the emotional association or the shame around that and just have the joy that comes with it. They don't progress as much as the people that have that joy in general. Yeah, well, actually, that's what I tend to see. There's definitely an element of being fueled by joy that I believe is quite, or from what I can see, is quite essential for doing things well this side of everything. And yeah, I'm real big on it anyway. I mean, like, that's what we've been doing. I don't think I talked about it on here. I talked about it on another YouTube video, but even with my personal brand, for instance, it's like, I've just like, it's felt overall very joyful and easy. If I think about it, that might be because I blocked out some of the negative emotions and that, or like, I didn't really register too much what was going on. It's all a bit of a haze. But over the past like 5 years, it's done, or since I started business, 6 years now, I guess, sixth year this year. It's done like 1.5 million. I've made $1.5 million, and in the past like 2-3 years that I've actually been doing it online is where most of that's come from. It's been about $1 million now. So to look at that and be like, whoa, all right, I guess there's something to that and my approach. I think if you look at most people, like even like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, like Donald Trump, all these kind of people, they it's like there's a joy that they get out of doing things the way that they do it, and a joy that they get out of being like, I'm gonna do it my way. You know, learn from others, but I'm gonna suss my own way out. There's something to that for myself. I know that for sure. I also enjoy learning from other people, and teaching and coaching and growing, all that stuff. It's all such a fun little game. Yeah, a real privilege to be able to participate in. And yeah, when you can gamify that stuff, it's like, you can get like really invested in a game and you might get emotionally charged in that, but at the end of the day, it's like a game. And you can, most people are pretty good at being able to go like, oh, okay, it's not like I did worse at this game, so I'm a trash human. That kind of thing is important to be able to do, like to dissociate from it. To be like, draw the line here. But when it comes to business, because it's so personal, it's like money and that, and we've talked about it before, people's relationship with money is a big sore point for a lot of people. As a result of that, they can't really bring themselves to dissociate fully from it, and they won't do as much as they could, when you take it personally. But I get it, like obviously I've been documenting it. Sometimes it can feel like a bit of a mission to not take it personally, but at the end of the day it's just a choice, just a choice to go like, oh, okay, I'm gonna focus on this instead, doing it from a place of joy. And one thing that I talked to Yana about today was like knowing that it's coming, like knowing that the wealth is coming, that this is the path God set out for you. But before I was saying like trusting it, I was like, she's like, what are your money goals for the week, or like just your goals for the week, or intentions for the week? One of them I was like, oh, trusting that it's coming. And she was like, was it trusting it or enjoying it and being grateful? Because the enjoying and being grateful implies that it's coming already. Trusting is like, has that information of like, oh, I hope it's coming, I trust you, it's not here yet. But enjoying it and being grateful is like, it's already here, it's coming and abounding from there. So that's a good one. Always good to have those linguistic things like, how about this? And you're like, oh yeah. Anyway, let's do this next set. All right, let's do this. Oh man, that's a mission to press that from such a bent leg position. Just on the balls of your feet too. Oh, okay. Oh man, we're only hitting the bottom half of this range. And cramping a little bit still. Well, that's all right. I mean, I haven't had any water or rested, like gotten more sleep or anything, and key indicator for that stuff is normally a key driving factor seems to be fatigue for cramping. So we'll drop it now. Give it a right hot go. Tiny bit more volume, top half, there we go. 140 this time, did 190 just then. Oh gosh, golly. All right, that might just be the carbs fully cooked on that. Give this a wipe. Head over to the next thing. Put the towel down and get a primer and then go get some water, bro. So, because I didn't bring a water bottle or anything, kind of experimenting with that a little bit more. 33, all right, Yana's got like maybe 10 more minutes of Pilates that we're gonna do some of this and some of that for. So yeah, should be good. Oh, forgot my stuff is in the pigeonhole, so I can take a squiz at that. All right, someone's on that leg press, so I'm just gonna get some water and see from there, because that is the leg press, the machine I prefer to use. I mean, always plenty of variations for more glute focused pressing movements. You guys are getting a stick view. I'm just trying to be more discreet because they like to not get their members filmed too much. So yeah, more glute focused stuff I can do, like squats or something, but I prefer a leg press for it, just me personally. Some kind of machine loaded thing. Oh, I'm a big, I guess, sucker for machine loaded machine work, especially as of late. I used to be a big proponent of all the free weights, but since I got more into bodybuilding, I was like, oh, okay, machines have immense benefit and sometimes clearly the better choice. Oh, maybe I'll try some of the belt squat stuff here, hey? Yeah, we'll give it a crack. We'll give it a right hot go. Let's put this over here, hey? This should be good. Yeah, wearing some Supreme stuff for leg day, hey? Alright, let's see where this is at. I think that's that piece. Alright, you guys get to hear me fiddling around and all that. So we'll put some weight on. I've actually never really used a belt squat before. So I'm going to figure this out as I go. Bit of fun, bit of variation. It's good, man. It's what's called for. It's all happening for me. So I better do this right and figure out how to do it right and not hurt myself or anything like that. Does this need a chain or something? I actually don't know how this works, so let's see. Oh man, this is why I don't use this stuff sometimes. If it's too complex, bro, I'm like, what are we doing here? How do you set this thing up? Anyway, get some active problem solving going on here. Okay, let me figure this out. I can do this, and now I have to because I'm committed and I don't want to look like a numpty. It couldn't be this. This is way too sketch. This thing's just gonna fall off if I just do it with the ropes. No way. I refuse to believe that that's the case. Does this thing go through here? No. Alright. Where are these elite problem solving skills? How on earth do you set up a belt squat? Is there even stuff in here? Is there a chain or something that goes with this? Surely. Surely. I might have to do some Googling actually. Or maybe I clip it like this. Let me see. Okay. That seems like it'll work. Okay. So it just needs to go through there. And I obviously need to be inside there. Okay. I'm happy with that. And that would make sense why the ropes go to adjust that way. Alright, and I think the weight itself goes on these things. Either that or I'm about to just squat like a truckload of weight. Having never done this before. Okay. Yeah, okay, it does go on these things. Then you do this to release. And if we're going more glute focused, we're going backward. Okay, and I just need it a bit deeper because I'm a tall boy. Okay, not bad. Do it down here. Okay, that's easy. Easy enough. Oh, did that just go by itself? Okay. All right, and we'll get that little forward lean to make it a little more gluteal. Not that it necessarily changes too much. I wonder if I put my feet on here. I just did it on the angled bit. No, that's not bad. All right, not too bad. We'll chuck some weight on. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, give it a red hot go. Well, maybe just chuck some of the reds on. I don't know how hard this exercise is, so we'll put maybe at least it bottoms out pretty much where I do. Maybe we'll put a couple of these on and just see. Who knows, I might it might be too much for me, but who knows, we shall see. Yeah, I mean, give it a crack, find out, and yeah, have some fun with it. Let's see what I've got. I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, it's not so bad. Not so bad. Ooh. Oh, kind of awkward, the arc of it actually. I got a couple more in me, couple more. Just starting to strain now. Okay. Come on. Okay. That might be me done on those. Tell you what, one more. For fun. Banana. Okay. Technically, don't need to do all the grinding reps, according to Mr. Bruce Hong, but that was not too bad. I think maybe that was 13 or 14 reps. I wasn't really counting. I was just going by point of exertion to where I could feel it, and I was like, oh, that's a nice point. So I reckon if I want to do less reps, all I gotta do is add some more weight. So I'll do that. That should be cruisy. It's like pretty different to the isolateral press. Maybe if I add one more to each side. Wow, it's not so bad. Not so bad. Oh. Yeah. We'll do that. And we'll see for next time. We'll chat for now. It's pretty good. I'm gonna get some water. You can stay there and listen to me. Listen to me. Yeah, one thing I was thinking about, well, it popped into my mind very briefly in the middle of the set whilst I was exerting myself, is the variation is, I love it. It's like it's like getting new toys to play with at the gym. It makes you want to come in more and actually train, especially legs and that. Is a bit different for me. Haven't wanted to really heavily train legs for a while, but all this different. All this different machinery really makes me want to. Even just knowing it's here, it's exciting to be around. Like there's the belt squat, but also the what do you call that thing? Pendulum squat. There's like a couple machines over from here, and that's kind of daunting because I've used it before, but the gyms that I went to before normally didn't have them. I'm feeling that now, bro. Feeling that now. Ugh. Especially towards the upper bit of the hamstrings, because obviously I did hamstrings before this. Also the long head, which obviously attaches at the hip, so it makes sense that you'd feel that a bit more. So, well, the long head was in the shortened position because the hip was extended. So the long head of the hamstrings attaches at the hip. Obviously all the hamstrings go over the knee, but then some of them, the long head, go over the hip, so they help with hip extension to a degree. Like when your legs past a certain point biomechanically. Actually, I'm thinking of the adductors for that. Anyway, so yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I haven't I've done some like barbell squats and that. I actually haven't released any of that footage. That was pretty chill, but this is way more fun, bro. I'm having a much more fun time doing this. Oh yeah, and when you get new equipment like this, we talked about getting some other camera equipment and that, like some other just fun stuff for like our training and our investing in ourselves. It's like investing in yourself. If you can make that fun, great. Like sign up to stuff that you find fun and do that. Like Yana and I both enjoy learning and just seeing that as what it is. As a little side note, I know that in the past I've had some trouble with like when I get into bigger rooms and like get around people that know more than me. Sometimes I just go into this default of like I don't know anything, And it's like, you know what you know, but you can still, and you don't have to make yourself wrong. This is something that I picked up from like listening back to the one with Jad last episode, as he was like, oh, I assume that I'm wrong. I'm like, you don't have to assume that you're wrong, but you don't have to assume that you necessarily know everything would be the biggest thing, because assuming that you're wrong is like takes away all your confidence and value that you bring to the table. So it's like it's like finding the middle ground, or like the right ground, instead of being like, oh yeah, full of yourself, which is obviously the thing that we want to avoid as well, but we also want to avoid being like, I'm nothing as well. It's like, well, you bring your value to the room, you can go from there, because otherwise you end up with like some issues with your confidence and that kind of thing, where you constantly second guessing yourself, and that kind of stuff only feeds into it, because then you'll approach conversations like that more, learn from these guys, and it just actually creates a greater gap between you and them. Even though you think it's bridging the gap, in your mind you're actually extending the gap between you and these guys. Yeah, the authority figures in your mind. So yeah, he's a good kid, good dude, love that guy. Anyway, making stuff fun, like having the different machines and that, having different like camera equipment to film with, and that it makes it like I want to film because I've got this mic here and the receiver and all that, like the DJI Mic 1s, but now they've got me. I'm like, I want to get all the stuff, you know, minis, the mic minis, the Osmo Pocket 3s, all that stuff, bro. I'm like, every time I open YouTube, one of those videos pops up and I watch it every time, bro. I'm just like selling myself on it. So that might be a bit of what we go and do for Yana's birthday, go out and get some of that stuff, you know, together. It's good. So pretty keen for some of that, to be honest with you. It's cool, man. Anyway, life being fun, exciting is a really big factor. Even for, you know, myself, I'm gonna stand for a bit and let my blood pressure settle, because you know when you change positions is when you have the most drastic change in blood pressure, and then that's where people pass out a lot of the time. So yeah, keeping it fun, keeping it juicy is just a really good way to go about it. There's Yana. So I'm gonna do this set and then we're done. We are done. So I will do this set. Alright, shouldn't be too many reps. Oh. Yeah. So I'll do this. Should I add some weight on? No, I get no. Okay, I can add a 20 on each side. That was me stopping for a sec to ask God what the goal is. We'll add a 20. So now we've got almost 100, 95 on each side. Just shy. Let's give this a crack. Ooh. All right. Oops. Oh man. Let's go. Come on. One more. Okay, that'll do. Oh man. Whew. That's pretty fun actually. Pretty good. Maybe could have done more, but I think I'm starting to shoot my body out of position to compensate and get the extra reps, which is good. Oh, all well and good. But that's all for this gym therapy session. Honestly feel like, I'm not sure how much I actually said that was that valuable. I think there was some good stuff in there. I know there was. So, yeah. Thanks for joining, guys. A lot of fun. Just remember, I have authority, as they say in South Park. I'm not sure who says it, because I wasn't allowed to watch South Park growing up. And that carries over, like, funnily enough, that stuff that your parents tell you, it just carries over. It just feels wrong to watch it for me. So that conditioning is very powerful. It's up to you to break free and watch South Park. But yeah, for yourself, remember, you have authority. And then you can build that and grow that through stuff like personal brands, especially nowadays. Anyway, it's all the art of being, man. Have fun with life, boys. Embody that and it'll be all gravy, baby. Oh, look at that. Not even a quad day today. It's more of a glute day. But the quads are looking pumped. Glute day, booty day. Bye.